Ladies.
Wait, did I just take a picture?
No. I don't think you did. Did you?
I don't think so.
Is it time?
It's timing.
It's timing? Okay. I'm sorry, technical difficulties, you know, the camera's kind of old. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Nah, I can't say, because there ain't really any matches today. There's no matches today. Welcome to, I'm going to call it FWF Talk. This is a little thing. Oh,
I kind of want to call it The Story.
Oh, The Story of
The Story.
The Story of FWF. Alright, we'll call it The Story of FWF. Alright, fine. FWF, for me, I guess we're going to start with me, because, I mean, me and you are the other ones that show up.
Yeah, but right now, you're on the camera, so we'll start with you.
Alright. This, for me, it goes even further back than FWF. This goes back even further than LWF. Yes.
Oh, that's a throwback.
No, this is even farther. It goes back to DW. No. Well, it goes back to WC even further than that. It goes back to the rock that you won't see over there because there's all these trees. This is pretty much the start of what I can call for me in my life. I don't know. I can't even think of a name. My life started to go down a fucking tailspin the moment that I met our FWF owner, Star. Yes, Star. I'm gonna go into. See, I remember the day vividly. You know, walking up to her and her friend. I didn't know her at the time, and I asked her friend, you know, where's at that time her friend, boyfriend, you know, James, aka Snipe Bender, wasn't there. And Star, you know, comes out and says, "Don't you see we're talking?" We know how Star is. I mean, you know how Star is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
Abrasive.
I think all women are. So.
Not all. I've seen a few timid.
Okay, well, I say 95% of the girls in this damn borough alone. Oh my God.
That's because they're trying to fit in. Well, that's a.
I don't know. Either way, you see, my life went on a tailspin. So I thought wrestling, which I hadn't done in that long, but it did something good for me. Boy, was I wrong. It started with DWC, didn't go nowhere much. Snipe Bender and myself were the only real wrestlers. Had decent match. Well, I'm not gonna call them matches because he didn't know what the hell was going on until he got trained, and I didn't want to hurt him. So then I move on to BWA. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. BWA. You've heard of BWA?
Yeah, I've heard of BWA.
Good. Just a little unorthodox.
Well, BWA is politics.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm not gonna front because if I'm running my own Fed too, I'm gonna bring politics too.
Hey, well, I'm not saying anything bad about BWA. It's just.
You know what we could say something bad about?
Mm-hmm.
WWX. You remember that?
Do I remember that?
No, I don't even think because I don't even think you were there.
I don't think I ever went.
I thank God you didn't go. That was the worst experience of my life. That was so unorganized. It's not even funny. At the end of the day, the best matches that happened are right here in FWF. And as you can see, we're in the old park. This is a good park.
If you don't remember.
If you don't remember. We had some good times on that. I mean, shit. Me and Solo had, by far, the best matches possible. There's nothing by far. Because I have the best in the world right here. This guy, without a shadow of a doubt, will literally put his body on the line to do anything to make the match look good. And I appreciate that. Not so many people do that. And, you know, it took me a minute to, you know, catch on because, you know, everybody's pushing me to the side. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, at first I really didn't want the titles. I didn't. Or a title at the time. It was the world title. But, you know, I don't mind if nobody wants their shot. I'll step up and take the shot.
Oh my God, that glare.
That is, yeah, I sound like that sun right now. See, this is why I don't come out in the summer anymore. It's hot. So, on that note of my portion of the story, we're going to go to you, so I'm going to take the camera. Wow, that was about 7 minutes or so, yeah?
7 minutes of a little here, there talk.
Nice sweater. GTS all day. When the fuck is he coming back? We all believe payback, but
We all believe payback.
Oh, look what he has under.
Ladies and gentlemen,
that title,
FWF, to me, is this.
Right there.
The championship. Busting your ass, putting it all on the line. I am not the current FWF Undisputed Champion.
You know what? As of this moment, I'm just going to cut it to the world title. Because, I mean,
that's exactly my point. That is exactly what I wanted to bring up. We can call it all we like an Undisputed Championship, but let's be real. With the roster as small as we are, we're better keeping up to just the one belt.
It is the belt.
So, officially, this is the FWF World Championship, and there is only one title.
Eventually, we'll get a custom-made one.
Yes, we will get a custom-made one. We will put the money together.
Because we're gonna be like the best. Honestly, we can have the best Fed in the Bronx, in New York. It's just certain people.
The people, and that's all we really need to get through. We need to break through to more people. More dependable people, because the current champion and his #1 contender are unreliable. Good job calling yourself FWF stars. Good job begging for us to give you opportunities at the title.
Hey, Mom. Snapshot.
I didn't want to say any names, but I'm pretty sure if you know who we are, you know our current champions. A-Bomb, Snapshot. A-Bomb being the heavyweight champion.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, the heavyweight champion now.
Snapshot being the Interborough champion. And we were going to have them possibly unify the belts, or...
That was actually a good idea to do.
Because 2 matches on the roster where both of them are title matches.
Yeah.
And no filler matches?
No, doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
So, yeah, officially it's just one belt, the world title, that world title.
That neither of them deserve.
I mean, if I can take this back, like I said, I mean, every match that me and you had, it was simply, and you know where I'm going with this, simply phenomenal. Dating back, I mean, our best match was our last match here in this part, by far. And if you don't know the match, folks, you can check us out on YouTube.
I will share it via Facebook as well, so that
yeah, so this goes up. Yeah, I will be uploading this.
So, with that being said, I don't see us doing well with a champion who does not show up to their performance. With a champion who can be held back by unfortunate circumstances. With a champion who has restricted freedom. Maybe once in a while it's okay, because I mean, if you're showing up consistently, maybe you have difficulty 1 week out of what, 2-3 months? 1 week out of 3 months. Not too bad. It's not. But when you're gone on a 3-week hiatus, 2-week hiatus, and our roster is 3 people, 4
getting
people,
smaller and smaller by the minute.
Now we're at 4 solid people.
Technically, I might as well just say 2, because 2 of them, as you stated, are not even dependable.
We're going to call it 4 for the sake that they still wrestle here. And
I mean,
as opposed to names like Denzel Dixon.
Who, before we even get into anything else, who is he's a phenomenal wrestler.
Great wrestler.
I just don't understand that when you were legitimately on the roster, there were not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 times that
we were giving you the
guaranteed belt
over the biggest name in FWF. Me.
Yeah, okay, I'll give it to you this time. Biggest name. I'm sorry, my ego's kicking in.
I understand. We have an ego thing going on. Yeah, I understand. But no, he would have beaten me. He was the contender after Mania. He would have ended. He would have
been the first one to beat you. It wouldn't have been me. It would have been him.
He would have been the guy to stop the longest reign in FWF history before it really became a long reign.
Yeah. But, you know, drastic measures had to be changed.
And superstars were unavailable due to
yeah.
loyalty. And
you know what, and that's fine, you know.
Yeah, that's fine, because we worked around it.
You know, so, you know, the next best thing was yours truly. How you doing? But, you know, I was actually looking forward to seeing him with that, you know, that long run, I guess, or however long he was. At least he would have held the title. I don't know who would have beaten him.
Yeah.
Now that we're I guess talking about storylines, how do you feel that storyline between you and Killer Maniac, that 3-month hiatus of you guys back to back for the title, the first few months of FWF? How do you think that went?
Killer Maniac, I respect the hell out of him. He's a great storyteller. He's a great performer in the ring, and especially when it comes to his ability to take pain and show it to the world. Storyline, however,
I wasn't really feeling it.
I wasn't feeling it too much either.
I think of it as
it's not like it wasn't a failed storyline.
It wasn't. No, it was actually it was one of our better storylines.
Exactly, it was one of our better storylines. Though I wasn't feeling it because I mean, yeah, I was the dominant champion back in the day.
Back in the day, you looked unstoppable.
I looked unstoppable, but he was a fresh name, so
we can legitimately call you the Bobby Roode of FWF.
Yeah, he was a fresh name, and maybe for sure he would have been.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I really thought Mayhem was gonna be the first one to end the streak.
Mayhem to end the streak.
But we'll get to him.
We'll get to him later. Killer Maniac, my storyline. It was a solid B.
Yeah.
Solid B.
And to think that that's one of our legitimately only storylines that we kind of really just went through with, for it to get a B,
pretty bad.
In my opinion, I mean, if you got two phenomenal talents, Killer Maniac Solo, going after the world title, to me, the story could have been so much better.
And honestly, I'm gonna say I'm partially to blame there because let's get this shit real. Promo-wise, I don't cut them like I should. I seal my mouth. I seal the potential that I can. Blow up the map with my voice. I can blow up the entire fucking world with my voice. It is something I was fearful of because let's shoot the shit here. I'm not really a people person, and I'm not a popular guy, but the friends I do have, I like to keep close to me. So I don't want to lose my friends over my words. And trust me, my words have got me in more trouble in the past when it comes to losing friends than anything else. But back to the important stuff here. I'll call myself at fault because I wasn't doing promos like I should.
Theoretically, nobody was.
Theoretically, nobody was, but Killer Maniac had his. He had his promos.
He did.
Had his promos. That's something.
Well, that's a legitimate guy. That he cares.
He cares. He puts the time in for the promos. He puts the feeling into the promos. He makes you believe that everything is going as he says it is.
What are you doing with the coat?
You know what he did before he left FWF? He made a promo, and what he did was say, and this one hit me in the heart.
And I quote.
And I quote. I'm going to wrestle my best friend. that hit me in the heart. Because we've been through so much shit, whether it been for this title or not. And he's given me some of the greater matches in my FWF career outside of El Nino. That's the man holding the camera here. But nevertheless, Killer Maniac, respect the hell out of you. We'll miss you. The FWF.
Hopefully we'll see you soon.
I will. I may see you soon, because
sooner than later, actually. Yeah, I know.
Sooner rather than later, because I want to possibly interfere in your show.
Whoa. As in which show?
What's the big one he's doing now?
There's actually two. I remember he's doing DIW, and then there's TCW. The problem with that, for me, just for me, not anybody else, if I had the legitimate money to go every Sunday, you damn well I would go. I'd be totally into it. If we were, we would go, and I guarantee you the show would be even greater with us on it. I'm being so serious. Because you have an intelligent guy here with the words and the skills to just make anyone look good. And in wrestling, if you can make anyone look good, everyone's going to want to work with you. I just happen to just push people to their limits. I always say, bring the best out. I'm trying to bring the best out of you. And if that means you're trying to kill me, oh well.
By all means, go for it.
Yeah, I mean, that's wrestling.
It really is. So, with that, ladies and gentlemen, Killer Maniac, storyline, solid B, my fault, not doing promos enough. Back to, let's push this further along. Let's go into when he was our youngest star. Let's go with him. He's had more name changes.
Okay.
He's had more name changes that I've written in the Bible.
I gotta sit down for this one. Yeah, I gotta sit down for this one. You got this.
The kid with all the potential in the world.
Lord have mercy.
Nowadays, he goes, well, when he was here in FWF, he had two different names. We called him Caesar Cologne, and we called him
Danny Divine. And now,
stuck with Cologne.
I think
stuck with Cologne.
Yeah.
Youngest star here was the youngest world champion here.
He did win the title, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He was the youngest world champion here.
Yeah, I think
he did nothing but waste it.
If I remember correctly, I was the one that took you out, because I believe he got the title off of you. I was the one that cost you the match, and he won the title.
All the talent in the world, that kid. Hey, from what I've heard, he's gotten better, but
we don't know. I haven't seen him on videos.
I don't know. I don't want to put anything in his head yet because I haven't seen it. Kid, I could have done everything in my power to make you a better champion, a better star. Known around the Bronx. I know a lot of people in the Bronx. I know people in Harlem. People when they see this title, when people see this, they stop and they talk to me.
Yeah,
and I start advertising.
Yeah,
they advertising.
Yeah, when I used to take the title home too, they would talk to me too.
This thing is a magnet.
It is.
And kid, understand Brooklyn's where your roots are at, and you kind of like not having to go too far to wrestle, but that's not how it works out here.
Let me rephrase that. That's not how it works in professional wrestling.
That's not how it works in wrestling.
Well, all right, I'm gonna quote the best in the world, the man whose merchandise that sweater is. That man went everywhere to wrestle, to get known. That's what you're supposed to do in any wrestling. You're supposed to go everywhere to be known. New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. I'm just quoting 3 states off the top of my head. You go everywhere to wrestle, even if it's backyard wrestling, to get known. Because if you're known, then everybody's going to want to work with you.
Exactly. If you're known and you're known for being good, people are going to want to work with you. I mean, kid, you, Mr. Divine, Mr. Cologne, stick with him. No, I'll respect him for now and call you Divine, but either way, you have the tools to go anywhere and shoot over everybody else. And based on you being one of the youngest stars I've seen, all you have is time to get better. All you have is time.
As much as I don't want to quote it, he reminds me of someone who is part of Evolution right now.
He reminds me, and I'm going to quote it, he reminds me of Randy Orton. Young kid, cocky as hell,
I have all the talent
in the world.
All the ability, look at that.
All the talent. Whatever you do, don't waste it. But, as for what was going on, we put opportunities in your hand to become a better champion. To defend it against Dixon, who's probably
your best opponent.
Your best opponent.
Because your matches between each other were phenomenal.
Exactly.
I'm not trying to be cocky or arrogant. Underneath us, I'm sorry.
With them. And they had the birth of a godchild under there.
Yes.
What I would have loved was for time to pass. You hold the belt, and then you mature as we go along at FWF, and then you face me.
Again.
And we tell a story, the likes of which nobody can ever tell. That was my hope for you. I still hope it for you, because, like I said, you got all the ability in the world, but if you're gonna waste it, then by all means.
Alright, well, I got two topics in mind right now. One is Mayhem, we're going to start with that, and then the last thing I was thinking of, what do you feel about WMS? So let's get Mayhem out the way right now, and then we can talk about WMS.
We have a few minutes. Let me have a few minutes to talk about Mayhem. Mayhem, I like the guy. I've never had a problem with him in the ring.
Let alone that F5.
Except for, well, maybe one. Maybe one F5. One F5 is the only thing I had a problem with, but different positioning is all whatever. Mayhem. It should have been Mayhem to end the solo reign. I believe it should have been Mayhem. But whatever happened, and he didn't show up, which is a constant thing we have in this match. A lot of when we make them contenders, a lot of our superstars tend not to show up. It's as if you want the championship, but you don't want the work. You don't want the work to get it. You don't want the work to do it. And our problem was that we were handing out title shots and not caring about it.
Nino, I really wish I could just go back in time and tell just both. Don't do that. Just leave the title on either you or me, and we'll work with that from there.
We'll have great matches with other guys, but we probably shouldn't have given up the title. Probably shouldn't have given up the title to anybody else. But Mayhem.
Yeah.
Because he had a set. He was funny on the mic.
He was. He was funny on commentary.
Funny on commentary. He was great in the ring.
Yeah.
And he was only getting better. And he had everything organized. So he had everything organized as a wrestler. So yes, he should be champion. He should have been champion.
All right. Well, on that note, I believe you have a tag team match at WMS, and you're in the Battle Royal. What are your thoughts of the tag team match and the Battle Royal? I mean, in my opinion, Denzel Dixon has proven his track work, which, by the way, he's your tag team partner. So I don't know what's going on there.
That is a mystery to me. I believe it's next week.
Yeah.
I believe it's next week.
Actually, I believe it's Saturday. This coming Saturday.
This upcoming Saturday.
Yeah, on the 31st.
Yeah, this upcoming Saturday. So then June 1st is Sunday.
June 1st is Sunday.
Okay. We have a problem if Denzel Dixon doesn't show up. And on top of that, I've already been informed that one of the other guys from my opponent's team is not showing up.
Well, you know,
to find a replacement within a week.
All right. Well, if he can't find a replacement, and hypothetically, if Denzel Dixon doesn't show up, you can.
Yeah, I like the idea of possibly going one-on-one.
All right. Well, on that note, let's get to the Battle Royal.
Battle Royal.
Do you think you're gonna? Well, that's not even.
My ego says I'm gonna win, but I don't know. Politics may say otherwise.
Well, on that note, this was Chapter 1 of the Story of FWF with a little bit of extra to it.
Yeah.
Next week we'll be back with Chapter 2. Chapter 2, I believe, we'll be discussing the first ever Spring Showdown and Gold for Glory.
That sounds like a great topic. So, with that said, ladies and gentlemen,